has seen the wind? Neither I nor you. But when the trees hang trembling, the wind is passing through. Who has seen the wind? Neither you nor I. But when the trees bow down their heads, the wind is passing by.
Promise me, you will always remember. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Let us begin today's class. A poem on the wind on the hill, written by A. Min, Ellen Alexander Min, an English poet. Have you heard about the poem which is written by Christina Rossetti that is started like this? Who has seen the wind? Neither I nor you. Have you ever heard that poem? Try to read it if it is possible. It's a very interesting poem, a very small poem written about wind. In this poem, Ellen Alexander Min, A. Min, tells us that no one can tell me and nobody knows where the wind comes from and where the wind goes. It is flying from somewhere as fast as it can. I couldn't keep up with it, not if I ran. But if I stopped holding the string of my kite, it would blow with the wind for a day and night. And then when I found it, wherever it blew, I should know that the wind had been passing there too. So then I could tell them where the wind goes. But where the wind comes from, nobody knows. A very simple poem. It tells us that where the wind comes from, nobody knows. And nobody can say where the wind is going to. Let's read it from the very beginning. No one can tell me, and nobody knows where the wind comes from, where it goes. It's flying from somewhere as fast as it can. I couldn't keep up with it, not if I ran. We know if we look around, when the wind is passing, the trees move their heads. Sometimes they come up. Sometimes, when the wind comes from the eastern side, the plants and the grass move to the opposite side. We then come to know that the wind is moving. Otherwise, we cannot know what is the color of the wind, what is the shape of the wind, is there any name. Sometimes, if the wind comes from the western side, the wind is known as western wind. Same way, if the wind is from the south, the wind is known as southern wind. But as far as we know, there is no color, no taste. It is the moving air. Air has no shape, no color, no smell. Wind is moving air, so we cannot predict where it comes from. We cannot understand what the color is. Then how can we know that there is wind? Yes, sometimes we feel very cold. Our skin will tell us the wind is passing. When the trees bow down their heads, when they shake their branches, when the leaves and flowers and twigs come down, we know that wind is passing by. The poet is telling that the wind is moving at a very high speed, so the poet is not able to reach even after running behind it. We know that the speed of the wind we cannot compare with our speed. We cannot reach the keep up with the wind even if we run with it. It is flying from somewhere as fast as it can. These lines tell us that the wind is passing at a very high speed. I couldn't keep up with it. I couldn't reach with it. Or I couldn't run along with the wind. Not if I ran. The poet tried to run with the wind, but he couldn't reach the speed of the wind. But then, how to catch the wind, or how to control the wind, or how to know the wind? But if I stopped holding the string of my kite, it would blow with the wind for a day and night. The poet couldn't reach the speed of the wind, but then he's telling, but if I stop holding the string of my kite, string is the strong thread with which the kite is tied. We know that if we pull it tightly, only the kite will fly with the wind. If we just leave the string from our kite, the kite will go and fly with the wind for a day and night. It will be flying in the clouds. If we just loosen it, we will lose the control of the kite. We will miss it. We will lose it. It is true. But the kite will be flying with the wind somewhere in the skies. The wind and the kite both will be flying somewhere in the sky. And then, when I found it wherever it blew, I should know that the wind had been going there too. You missed your kite. And then, the next day, if you start searching for the kite, you can see somewhere on the tree your kite is trapped. You know that the wind had been passing there too. To which direction the wind had been going, to that direction only you will be able to find your kite. So you will know to which way the kite went. In the beginning, the kite was carried by the wind. So wherever the wind blew, wherever the wind went, the kite had to follow it. As a result, if you find your kite to the eastern direction the next day, you may say that the wind had been going to the east. In the beginning, the poet told us, no one can tell me, nobody knows where the wind comes from, where the wind goes. But now, if you loosen your kite and allow it to go with the wind, and if you find the kite the next day to one of the directions, you will come to know that which way the wind had been going to. We may not be able to say where the wind is coming from, but we will be able to say then to which way the wind had gone to. So then I could tell them where the wind goes. Yes, I found out where the wind had gone through, to which direction, to which place the wind has gone to. But still, where the wind is coming from, nobody knows. It's a very interesting poem. It tells us about the kite flying, the typical game of children, the typical game in India. Also, it tells us the rhyming words. The rhyming words beautify a poem. Poets use these kinds of devices, poetic devices like rhyming words, similes, to beautify their poems. If you look at the last word of the second and fourth lines, you may see the rhyming words here. Nobody knows where the wind goes. The last word of second and fourth lines. Knows, goes. As fast as it can, not if I ran. Can, ran. Find out the remaining rhyming words from the poem and then turn to page number 41. Exercise B. The beginning of the video, I told you about a small poem written by Christina Rossetti. Who has seen the wind? Search for the poem in Google and try to fill up these blanks using the words given in the box. It's a homework for you. We will discuss the answer during the online class. And Try to complete the exercise C, page number 41. As we discussed about the rhyming words in the poem, I would like to explain or introduce another exercise from our textbook. Take page number 48. There you can see homophones TO2, TWO2, TOO. Do they not pronounce the same? Yes, but their meanings are different. Their spellings are also different. Let us find out the answers of these questions using these homophones. He ate dash cookies. He ate dash cookies. Is it TO? Is it TWO? Is it TOO? Yes, TWO. He ate 2 cookies. Try to complete the remaining questions. Try to solve the problems. Find out their answers. Write with a pencil. So even if you make a mistake, we can erase and rewrite. And the next exercise G, page number 48, tells us about collective nouns. Words that represent a collection of things are called collective nouns. They are also called group names. Lilies, roses, jasmines. What name can be given to this group? Flowers. Aman, Ellen, Ajit, Arjun. Who are they? Can we give a name to their group? Yes, they are boys. Chocolates together. A box of chocolates. A bar of chocolate. A bar of soap. A cake of soap. A glass of milk. A packet of crayons. Bundle of sticks. Bundle of paper. Bunch of grapes. Bunch of bananas. Bunch of keys. These are all group names or collective nouns. Looking at the exercise G, page number 48, they will give you more collective nouns. There is a group of words given here, and the first one is done for you. A bundle of sticks. Number 2, a pair of scissors. Please write it. A pair of scissors. And the third one is a bar of chocolate. And the fourth one, as you know, a glass of milk. And next, number 5, a packet of crayons. And sixth one, a sheet of paper. So, this lesson is not taken, as you know. The mouse and the cookie. We have avoided the lesson as part of cutting syllabus. So, the lesson part is not taken. But you may read it when you get a free time after examinations. But the grammar part of this lesson is very important. Prepositions, we studied them, we completed those exercises, and only these exercises F and G left, and it is explained now. And there ends our syllabus for the exam Essay 2. I wish you all the best. Let us do the revision in the coming days. Bye-bye all of you.